You know? It's times like this where it feels like it's good to be back. Hey guys, SpaceGuru 5 here. So yeah, I'm back from my hiatus. Did you miss me? Probably not. Anyway, context. A couple months back, Kainu had to take on a new name following interpersonal drama and the closure of his Twitter account. Trust me guys, the less said the better. He's now called Neko Koda, and he's decided to distance himself from the CC like a good handful of other people in 2019. This is culminated in this video where he criticizes the CC, published the day after Christmas. Let's just say its reception has been very merry. Now, instead of covering Neko's entire video point for point, other commentators got that base covered, plus I'm not motivated yet for a full-length commentary, again, less said the better. I'll address my general problems with this video, and some specific points I really wanted to tackle. Now that we got that out of the way, let's tune in and do a thing. The main issue I have is that it's very, very petty. Early on, he talks about how a large proportion of commentators use anime avatars instead of OCs, stating that we end up losing our branding as a result of it. He also attacks the potential point of someone using one avatar and standing out, stating that anyone can pick out that avatar and use it. You see this repeated a couple times. He's very gung-ho about branding being important to standing out.
Most of them use anime avatars instead of some sort of OC. Now, I can already hear the typing of keys going, well, that doesn't affect the video, how does that change anything? Just hear me out. When you use a different anime avatar for each video, you lose your branding. If I show you two Turkey Tom videos side by side and you remove the audio, you can easily tell it's the same person. He even used to put his character in the thumbnail of his video, so that's something else to recognize him by. Now, let me show you two slideshow commentary videos without audio and try telling me who made each one. And people who are familiar with the community could easily tell, but if you're an outsider, chances are you couldn't. This demonstrates my point. Even if you don't know who Turkey Tom is by name, you can still recognize him by his avatar. With the slideshow CC, it's like, wait, who's that guy who used Kalula again? No, not that one. Yes, that one. Now before someone says, so what if someone just uses one avatar? Would that fix the problem? No, it wouldn't. As when it comes to anime avatars, anyone can pick it up and use it, and that would immediately ruin the branding. Branding is very important for a channel. You don't want to get buried in a pool of people using anime avatars. You want to stand out, and I'm sorry, but this isn't helping you at all.
First of all, you don't necessarily need an OC to stand out. Many commentators, both in this community and the mainstream, have used non-OCs, including anime ones, and still stood out. Boomstick545, one of the earliest commentary community members, used Pikachu. MSkull01 used many non-OCs during his career, including ones from Azumanga Daioh and Pokemon. YoungbloodFantasy91 has used Hobbs from Calvin and Hobbes for most of the 2010s, and is still to this day called Hobbs. I've used Wile E. Coyote for most of my commentary career. During Super Bowl 53, there was a commercial for a 2019 Benz A-Class that briefly featured Wile E. Coyote, and one of my commentator friends joked that it made me famous. If you want to go more mainstream, Levius here used Tetra from the game Wind Waker. Pyrocynical used Foxy from the game Five Nights at Freddy's. Sargon of Akkad used, well, Sargon of Akkad. Get the picture? Second of all, this whole branding and avatar shit is a non-issue. It's not the avatar choices that get us looked down upon. It's the shitty infighting and drama that goes on, partially because of people complaining about avatar choices and other stupid shit that people try to get mandated here. That has always been a problem in this community, even when I first started doing commentaries in 2011. On the subject of avatar choices,
First of all, let's go over some reasons why someone would use an anime avatar other than being a huge fucking weeb. 1. The person can't draw, or rather isn't at the skill level to make an original avatar set that they'd be proud of having in every single one of their commentaries. 2. They don't have the money to commission an avatar set.
I could easily just say learn to draw and leave it at that. However, I know learning to draw takes a lot of time, and money can be an issue for some people. So let me tell you what I did about that. Character creators. Sure, it's not ideal, but it can still give you a channel brand of some sorts.
what if people don't want to use character creators? What if they don't want to be seen as just gacha tubers, or Walfus tubers, or even fucking Maple Story tubers? Congrats, you found a solution that works for you, but that doesn't mean everyone's going to want to hop on board the gravy train. Plus, what could argue that using gacha or Walfus to make your characters would still be classified as having an anime avatar, which you flat out say is something people don't like later on in the video?
You can use anime avatars all you like. Just know, many people will find it displeasing, and a lot of people don't like it.
How about just letting people use what they want to use their videos without being a dick about it? Again, this is the type of shit that other people look down upon us for. Also, can I just say this?
Name a commentator with a consistent following with over 10k subs who uses anime avatars often. Exactly.
Even at day zero, the CC has always been a niche community. To aim for any sort of fame outside of it is to chase rainbows. That's why we focus on doing commentaries as a hobby and striving to at least make quality content with strong points and solid reasoning. This is something I've believed since earlier in my career, and it's something I'll paraphrase now. Quality comes first, popularity can wait. The key thing is to secure yourself first at all times. Simple as that. Later on, he talks about how one-shot commentaries are pointless, as well as stating that he personally never had fun making them.
Ah yes, the dreaded one-shot commentary. Even when I was in the CC, I never really liked doing these. They're just so pointless in my opinion. Like, oftentimes these one-shots are just quick points that, at the end of the day, are inconsequential to anything in the video.
So, how is that the CC's fault exactly? How is that a problem that's plaguing the commentary community? You are literally the only person in charge of making content on your channel. The onus is on you for doing something despite knowing you don't even like to do it. Don't blame the entire community for your own apathy. Also, just because you don't like them doesn't mean they're automatically bad. That's self-explanatory, honestly. Then again, self-explanatory points might be beyond Neko's reach.
Like, tell me in the comments, would you guys rather watch my commentary on no bullshit, or a one-shot where the only point is, the video you're covering is too old?
That was not my point in that video. My point was that covering old videos, especially from bandwagons that got flogged to death, like Joshua8428 was, is a hard task to do. You have to avoid parodying what lots of other people said about it just so you don't end up sounding like a pointless rehash. I indicated the age of Joshua's video because Rowan Akemia 185 acted as if the stuff he did before and during 2011 was still relevant, which it's not by a fucking long shot. If you're gonna use people as examples, don't resort to this reductionist hogwash. You just make yourself look disingenuous and, in this case, desperate for self-promotion. Oh, and then there's this.
I'll give credit where credit is due. We have commentators like V Omega and Lunatic the Game who at least try to be more experimental with their editing. However, most commentators have the same editing style. Still image, on a background, switching from image to image, and, if you're lucky, a zoom in. This again goes back to the branding thing. When everyone has the same visually unappealing editing style, you all blend together into this pool of lookalikes, and it gets boring to watch to say the least.
And yet you present that same editing style in this very video. Yes, you're correct that minimalist editing is generally perceived as boring, but you don't really give any tips to help people get away from that level of blasé. Instead, you would like to go the route of stop being boring and nothing more. Yeah, very helpful advice. As an aside, let me present my own. This is just directed at those who need help in this area in general, not Neko. Personally, I'd recommend using a moving background as a first step. Try to find something that looks smoothly put together and isn't too flashy or distracting. Keyframing images, that is, making them move around the screen, is more advanced level editing and should only be attempted once you feel confident enough to do so. Just like developing an art style takes time, so too does developing editing skills. It's actually quite a lot of work. See the difference? And that basically does it for Neko's video. There's honestly not much more I have to say about it beyond, congratulations, you made yourself into yet another generic person ranting about frivolous shit in the CC. To me, this video comes off as someone who decided to leave the community just so they can have an excuse to talk shit about it, pretending to be some sage outsider who thinks to know everything about the community, when in reality they're just looking for excuses to justify their unwarranted disdain. That's not to say the community doesn't have its problems, I stated the major one earlier. Yeah, that's not to say this was the intent behind this video. However, if you're gonna make one of these videos criticizing the CC, at least pick apart shit that actually fucking matters. I swear to God, this is just as trivial as my video from 2018 where I claimed to have left the CC and then proceeded to attack it for really minor reasons. No, seriously, it's just like that. Spite never looked good on anybody, mate. I'm just saying. That's about it for today, folks. I'm SpaceGuru 5, and as always, take care.
Here I lie on my deathbed, recalling things said, as my world slips away.